Buenas noches and good evening. Isn't it wonderful to have a friend who introduces you, like Len just did to me? I don't believe that I deserve all those wonderful thoughts, but thank you, my friend. Buenas noches and good evening. It is indeed an honor for me to be inducted into the Cleveland International Hall of Fame and becoming a member among such a distinguished group of international leaders. And congratulations, fellow inductees. I most humbly and proudly accept this recognition. I would like to thank ClevelandPeople.com, Debbie and Dan Hansen. Thank them and congratulate them because the wonderful work and the support that they show constantly to multiculturalism and diversity, international diversity. Please join me in giving them a hand. They really deserve it. I would like to recognize and thank my family. It's almost everybody there. My husband Hugo, with his unconditional support and understanding. And believe me, I need a lot of understanding from him. And then my two sons, Marco and Milo. Would you mind guys to stand up, please? These guys are my inspiration, daily inspiration. And then my grandchildren, Marise and Marco Antonio. I have to share with you, Marise loves trophies. And whenever he accompanied me to receive an honor, then she said, Grandma, are we going, Abuela? Are we going to get another trophy? I want to be there. But this is for you too. Okay, Marise? Thank you. My grandchildren remind me every day of our responsibility to continue our efforts in creating the best future possible for them and all the children in our region. I believe that the sooner we start exposing our children to international culture, the better they are going to become. They're going to become better citizens and more productive civic citizens. The future is not a place that we arrive to, but the one that we create today, in the present. Preparing for tonight, I was collecting some thoughts and reflecting in my international journey of my life. My entire heritage is from Spain, you can tell by my accent. My parents were both first-generation immigrants to Colombia, South America. We moved to Colombia when I was 3 years old. At that time, my Spanish was purely Castilian. That changed dramatically 14 years later when I moved to Spain, back to Spain to attend to medical school. My classmates in medical school recognized that I have a very strong Colombian accent. No wonder, when I came to the United States and Cleveland 28 years ago, then really my accent took on another dimension. My parents were entrepreneurs in 2 different areas. My father in science, an engineer from the Basque Country, and my mother, a great designer, beautiful artist, and great businesswoman. Without realizing, I was being taught the valuable lesson of the culture of entrepreneurship and in the respect to differences and diversities. They were the perfect example of self-discipline, self-confidence, and perseverance. Choosing a career was very difficult for me because I was attracted to the arts and to science. My father put it very, very simple. He said, Maria, for the Chinese culture, medicine has been always listed as an art. Then that could be your field, medicine, because you like people and you like science. That will be your field with certain touches of art. And he was absolutely correct. Physicians, we do have a great inclination for the arts. We become musicians and painters and designers, like in my case. I arrived to Cleveland 28 years ago from Spain. I learned to love this city, and I recognize it as the great center for philanthropy and volunteerism. Cleveland has been instrumental in my journey of self-assessment and personal development. You heard about my community involvement and all the areas that I have been trying to cover. I have become an advocate for humanistic causes, in particular for minorities and underserved populations and communities, addressing with my partners in different organizations the gaps and disparities in health and education as challenges to be resolved using creativity in the formulation of the solutions, and also bringing the elements of art and culture as a very important part of our personal and human development. Exercising the practice of teamwork and interdependence, where everybody around the table brings the best of themselves, their culture, knowledge, training, experience, and passion, which I recognize with diversity as an important element for success. I thank Cleveland, and I thank all my friends for making me feel always welcome and giving me the sense of belonging that is so important for immigrants that find themselves so far from their country of origin and sometimes are confronted with great cultural differences. I realize that the process of adaptation is not always easy to everyone. This is why it makes sense to me to continue with our collective efforts towards making the Northeast Ohio region even more welcoming and friendly to immigrants. We must use entrepreneurship as a common ground that will unite us and inspire us to do more. Let's concentrate less in our differences and more in our similarities. Knowledge of different cultures will help us develop respect and understanding and will favor intercultural alliance. Buenas noches. Gracias. Thank you.